Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we welcome you back to the Andrigan Gaming Final Fantasy XI leveling experience. That's a dumb name. That was too many words. It would appear that I am all by myself, but the good news is I'm not all by myself. Come on. Look at that adorable tiny Taru.
I'll jump.
All right. All right, so we're back tonight to get back into Final Fantasy XI and do some more new player instruction slash kind of leveling experience. I didn't really cast this vision the last time that we played, but our ultimate goal here is Tripp is someone who's never experienced Final Fantasy XI before outside of watching a few of the informational videos that I've done and watching me play it a few times casually. Up until the last time that we played, he never actually put his hands on the game. This is an opportunity for Tripp to experience Final Fantasy XI, and so far, he seems to be appreciating it, but we haven't moved far enough into the game for it to get really annoying yet, so we're going to see if he's able to hang in there. Tripp, do you think you'll be able to hang in there?
No. But I'm going to give it my best shot.
Okay. Per the suggestion of our viewers, I will be playing with a gamepad tonight. This may be catastrophic because I have always played with mouse and keyboard, but apparently the game experience is significantly better if you play with a controller. So I'm going to try that out tonight. All right, here's my mouse, and there's my mouse going away. So no more mouse tonight. I am using the controller. One thing I would like to ask everybody is something that I don't understand. How do I move the camera? I mean, I know I can go left and right with the triggers, but how do I look up and down? That's the only thing I haven't quite been able to figure out. So if you know that, please drop it into the comments. It would help me out tremendously. All right, Tripp, so where did we leave off? My gosh, I don't even remember.
We were wrecking fools.
We were level 2 in Wrecking Fools. Okay. All right, well, let's go kill some more hornets, and we'll go from there. Hey, there's one of them.
Have I ever told you how gratifying that level up music is?
You were telling somebody who has loved that level up music for the majority of his life.
Cool story, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in band, I figured out how to play that on my trumpet.
So wait, where did you hear that sound from when you were in band?
I mean, I'd heard of Final Fantasy, and I've watched people play Final Fantasy. I just never played it myself. I mean, get off my back here.
I'm not your bag. I'm just genuinely curious how that happened. Now, the sun is up. These dingbats should be gone.
I love that they're called dingbats.
One of the things about Final Fantasy XI that you will understand as time goes on is basically every enemy in the game is just a renamed enemy that's exactly the same. Like, they're not even different models or colors. They're just different names. But they do have some really creative names for them. I'll give them that.
So, I've been doing some reading on this here game.
Really?
And, hey, hold up. Hit F7.
F7? Am I supposed to be not engaged in combat?
No, don't be engaged in combat.
Okay, I'm going to disengage.
Alright, hit F7.
F7.
Now engage combat.
That just targeted me.
Did it just target you?
F8!
F8.
F8!
Excuse me.
Check you out, dude. 15 years in, I did not know that. Impressive, sir. And you're still not hitting it. Alright, so that time you were attacking it before I was. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Gang.
I'm kind of a beast. Can't help it.
I'm Big Dale around here in North Gustaberg. Oh, snap, this is South Gustaberg.
Oh, roasting.
For shame. Hey! Dead! I got my first weapon skill, clearly.
Let's see if I did. So how'd I check that?
Okay, so go to your abilities. You'll left click. You go to ability. Well, you do it however you do it. I'm using a controller now. You'll go to abilities, and there'll be an option that says weapon skills, and it would say combo if you have one.
No.
Not yet?
Nope, not yet.
Well, that's alright. Different
Since
weapons get them at like different skill levels. So
I mean, I feel like that since I don't have a weapon, that should have been something that kind of happened.
you would think that, but it's not. Unfortunate. Are you still behind me?
Yep, I see you. I see your like man bun, or actually, it's a taro bun.
It's a taro bun dipped in the blood of my enemies. That's right. Get that crap right.
The blood of your enemies has to be like fuzzy bunny rabbits because there's nothing else in the world that you can.
Have you seen the bunny rabbits in West Saratoga? Those things are as big as we are.
No. Have you heard me scream like a little girl yet? I'm gonna sit and take me a breather for a minute because you said I have to sit to regain health, right?
Yes, that's correct. Okay, I was about to ask if you knew how to do that. Okay, so this is actually a good opportunity. Check and see if you've gotten that weapon skill yet that we were talking about.
Ooh,
You did get it. Okay, so this is going to bring us to our next major deal. So we're going to set up a macro. Please forgive me. I'm using the keyboard to teach Tripp how to make a macro.
Okay.
All right, so go to your menu, and on the second page of your menu, there will be a tab that says macros. All right. Then we're going to go to edit macros. And then we're going to go to, you can go to book 1. I'm actually going to change the name of my book 1 to make it to where I can remember what book 1 is. So I'm just going to type that out as warrior. But you can change yours to monk, or you can just leave it book 1, whatever you want to do.
Alright. So, alright. I got mine changed to monk. Alright.
All right.
Well, I won't do.
Click confirm.
Uh-huh.
And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through and erase all of the preset macros out because those aren't beneficial. Alright, Tripp, so what we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to craft a macro. When you're on the macro bar, you should see Alt 1 through 0 and Control 1 through 0. You see that?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to go to Alt 1. At the top of it, next to where it says Alt 1, you can name your macro. It's going to have to be kind of a short name, so I'm just going to call mine Fast BLD. Well, that didn't work. /WS shows that it's a weapon skill. Then you put quotation marks and then the name of the ability as it appears in the game. It always has to be as it appears in the game, capital letters, spacing, and all. Then in quotation marks. And then the greater than shows what you will be looking for. T is the target that you're currently on, and in quotation marks closes that out. So basically what you have is a string macro saying I want to do a weapon skill, I want the weapon skill to be fast blade, and I want to type my current target with it. That's what the macro's doing, essentially. We're going to go big or go home here. Alright, so let's attack this Amethyst Quidov. And once you get 1,000 TP, which is that little blue bar in the top left, that's when you're going to be able to use that weapon skill. Holy crap! Yep, you figured it out.
Wow. Let's do it again.
Well, you're going to have to wait for your TP gauge to build up again, but that was very good.
Which my TP gauge was at like 3,000. I have a question with that. The higher your TP gauge, is it the harder you hit?
Yes. So 1,000 TP is required in order to do damage. And then every TP that you get over 1,000 just increases different parts of the ability. So some weapon skills it increases the damage, some weapon skills it increases the accuracy, some it increases like an elemental damage. I am about to die. Holy crap. Please hit him. Please, God. Oh, boy, that level up came in clutch. Oh, so we hit level 5. That means we can go get trusts.
A what? I trust you.
So, in Final Fantasy XI, the trust system was Square Enix's way of kind of compensating for the fact that the subscription of the game had gone down quite a bit. So, a little backstory. Story time! Final Fantasy XI's heyday included a lot of group content. Realistically, I think that's probably the understatement of the century. So, in order to play Final Fantasy XI in its heyday, particularly in the level 75 cap era, you had to be in a group. You weren't going to be leveling or accomplishing much by yourself at all unless you were playing as a Beastmaster or sometimes Summoner. Leveling up really required grouping up with multiple people, and what that also included was standing around in a major city shouting for other people to invite and to join into your group for hours at a time. I wasted many a Friday night just standing around in Ottergon or Juneau shouting Party, do you need it? And all that kind of stuff. Okay, we got another cutscene. That's good. The trust system was actually a way for Square Enix to create characters that players could play with that would fill those vital roles for leveling, such as a healer or a tank or a damage dealer or a buffer. All those things were turned into trust. So you can still play with each other, obviously, like you and I are doing right now. But then also you had the option to recruit in-game trusts. And they kind of made almost a Pokemon system out of it, because some trusts are harder to get than others. Some require you to accomplish major points in the game before you can recruit them. And you can summon up to 5 total after you've completed enough missions. But to begin with, I think you only get 2 to 3 that you can use at a time. But since there's 2 of us, and we can technically summon 3 trusts, I believe, that means that we would have almost a full party anyway. So, fortunately, because we're in Bastak, I know where to go.
What is that? That's new. I didn't see that last time we were here.
Yeah, so I believe these are some of the decorations for the Halloween event that's going on right now. I'll be completely honest, I've never really done any of the seasonal events in this game. I don't know why. I know they're incredible, and I have lots of people tell me how good they are. I've just never done it. I don't know why. Okay, look at that thing.
What the heck is that? Oh, man, Jabba the Hutt's here.
Jabba the Hutt, yeah. It's like Star Wars and Final Fantasy 11 had a baby. Isn't that cool? Kind of creepy, but cool. I like the guy's dragon outfit. That Bahamut uniform is really cool looking.
Yeah, that dragon outfit's pretty cool.
Alright, come on. We're wasting precious daylight.
Legit, the graphics in this game are really cool to be as old as they are.
They have a specific quality. It's not that they're top-notch. I mean, they are technically like PlayStation 2 caliber, but they have a really, really special quality to them. Makes them timeless. That's what I like to think.
Port Bastak.
Port Bastak. Yeah, I need to double-check where the crystals are here. This whole not being able to control my camera thing is really messing with me. Okay, so I think Clarion Star is who we start with. We'll find out.
He's very big.
Assist in Trust Endeavors, of course! Speak with Naji of the Mithril Musketeers. Alright, I know where to go to do that. And then we're just gonna strut over here and speak to Mr. Naji.
Oh
my gosh, when he sits down,
yeah,
that was adorable.
Play little sparklies.
Alright, we learned Trust Naji, so we got our first trust. Whoop whoop! Spoiler alert, he's totally useless. But we got him. Alright, and we're gonna come talk to this guy, Isakoth. And he's gonna give us the creepy voodoo doll that makes absolutely no sense, you don't really ever see again.
He ain't got no pants on, he's literally wearing a Speedo.
Nope, sir, that is a Sublugar.
What is a Sublugar?
It is a trademark piece of Final Fantasy XI and every other Final Fantasy Online game. So, under the quests, we're gonna go back to we're gonna go back to objective list. We're gonna go back to tutorial. Then we're gonna go back to basics. And we're gonna accept everything under the basics tab. And now we're gonna do the trust dance, which is basically go outside, summon a trust, come back in, talk to Clarion Star. Go outside, summon a trust, come back in, talk to Clarion Star. We're gonna do that back and forth for a little while. And
I can't do my trust while we're in a group, right?
So I would have to summon the trust because I'm the group leader. So what I'm gonna do, actually, now that you mention that, is I'm going to disband the party for now while we're doing this, and then we'll join back together whenever we get done. Alright, so all we have to do is just walk outside a little bit. On your main menu, you should see Trust. Not your main menu, but your little left-click menu. You should see Trust, and then you're just going to click on Naji and summon him, and that will complete that Record of Eminence. And it should say, as a special bonus for your valiant efforts, you've been rewarded with Cypher of Valinariel's alter ego.
Yep, it says, for your valiant efforts, Cypher of Valinariel.
Good deal. Okay, let's go back inside.
Wow, that's a big trust.
It's a Gobu.
Because they're tight.
Gobus are another Final Fantasy XI, Final Fantasy XIV staple. Alright, he should be standing right next to us. Yeah. Alright, just talk to Naji. Okay, so now we should be good to go back to the home point crystal, go back to Port Bastak, talk to Clarion Star.
Said there was no charge for us going to Port Bastak.
Yeah, you dang right there's not. I'm a big deal around here.
Not really. Here.
Yeah, not yet. Give it time.
Well, Oh, I mean, you're a target. There's nothing big about you at all.
I'm a small deal around here. So click on him, go to trade, go down to your trade cipher, and then click OK. And wham bam, thank you ma'am, we get a trust. What an amazing success! So now we're going to run outside, we're going to summon Valinero, and then we're going to run back inside, and talk to Clarion Star again. And we're going to run outside and summon something. And there's going to be a bunch of back and forth.
Oh, he look. Is it a he or she?
It's a he. It's a he. He's awesome. Alright, so go back to objective list. And we're going to go down to Melee Alipo. And we're going to accept that one. And see, Melee Alipo is actually a reasonably decent healer for starting out. Every time you go outside and summon an alter ego, you've got to go into your Records of Eminence, which is the quest thing, and accept the next one to get your next. Those quests that we're doing, that's what they're called. They're called Records of Eminence.
Gotcha.
Where trust, friendship, and brotherly love blossom like flax flowers in a meadow. Well, isn't that pleasant? Alright. Got Joachim's alter ego. I think his is going to be the last one. Alright guys, so I'm finally done with the trust dance, and by trust dance I mean running in and out, summoning and unsummoning over and over again until we're done. But under your Records of Eminence, so what we've opened up is, in the tutorial under basics, your first step forward is going to open up all of the really critical things that you need to know early game. So things that are going to help you move in the right direction to kind of get the experience off the ground. So undertaking FOV Training regime, that's what we were doing with the book earlier, and we're going to do that one more time just so that we can complete the Record of Eminence for it. But those pages that you complete, that's what the FOV, or Field of Valor, training regime is. Healing without using magic, we're going to have to take a little damage and then do what I'm doing right now, sit down and rest to gain some of our hit points back. Vanquish one enemy is going to be taken care of as soon as we get done with killing an enemy. And then stepping into an ambuscade is something that we're a long way away from.
He looks like a pirate.
I know, right? But he's a bard. That's the weird part. He's a bard. He's actually one of the strongest support characters in the entire game. He's really, really great at level 99 because his bard songs are just super strong. Okay, guys, so we finished up the trust dance. And as you can see, we've got 3 trusts out right now because when you start out in the game, you don't have access to summon a full party of trust quite yet. You've got to complete some of the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel quests to be able to unlock additional trust spots. But fortunately, since Tripp and I are playing together, we fill up 2 of the spots. We can summon 3 trusts now, so that kind of gives us the ability to fill it out. As you'll see, Valinero is a tank. He's a paladin. Now that we've got the trusts taken care of, we're done with that little dance. We're going to make our way out and do a little bit of leveling, and I guess adventure over the Constant Highlands. You ready to roll? You good?
Yep.
All right. It's so adorable. All right, let's go. To Coco. We got to do it. This may be a terrible idea, but we're going to do it anyway. Oh, no, we totally got this. Hype! Look at that crap, dude. Congratulations, there's your first Notorious monster. Oh, and he dropped it.
So will I see? Will it actually show your neck piece whenever you?
No, it's just a stat bonus.
So that guy was a Notorious monster.
That's right. He was a really weak one though. All right, so I've kind of explained Notorious monsters to you a little bit. We've talked about it in the past, but this place. All right, I want you to come stand here next to me. This is gonna be like a Mufasa and Simba moment. Okay, you see this valley?
Is it all gonna be mine one day?
Yes, absolutely. This is the home of probably the most notorious of notorious monsters in the entire game. And she is a rock lizard, and her name is Leaping Lizzy. And Leaping Lizzy drops the bounding boots. Once upon a time they were called leaping boots. But I'm not going to go into all the details on that, because odds are if you're watching this video, you probably already know what the leaping boots are anyway. But I think since we're here, in honor of the countless hours that I have spent farming this stupid lizard, we should at least make a pass through and see if we can get her to pop.
All right. So how do you get her to pop?
Okay, so you see these rock lizards all over the place?
Mm-hmm.
There are 2, I believe, placeholders for Leaping Lizzy, and they can kind of wander around the place, so what we got to do is just kill these rock lizards. We'll see how that goes, and maybe she'll pop. We might get lucky. Probably won't get lucky, but we might. And it's been so long since I've actually farmed this that I don't remember specifically which ones the placeholders are, so we're just going to go on a mass genocide of rock lizards. Because that's a thing you do. The downside is that it's actually a pretty low drop rate on the boots, so even if you do get the kill, it's definitely not a guaranteed thing that you're going to get the boots. I can't tell you how many times I did that fight. Actually caught her, running around, killed her, and no boots. Didn't even drop like a lizard skin or anything, just nothing. Just empty, dead lizard carcass. Alright, we're going to give them one more round of popping and see if she shoots up, and if not, we'll just go ahead and move on. You probably thought this rock lizard was alive. Nope. He's not. He's dead. He's been taxidermized by Mr. Bumbles! Here, Lizzy, 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 Lizzy.
I really want to fight this thing now. I mean,
You're all hyped up.
The hype is real.
Yeah. Well, the downside is, it's like I know how this is going to go. Like, we will, in all probability, not see the lizard. And if the lizard does, by some miraculous act of God, pop, she won't drop the boot. You'll be like, oh, we just wasted like an hour of our lives on basically nothing. And I'll be like, yeah, sorry. But that was how it worked. I mean, that was the game, man. Oh, God, I just about lost my crap, dude. There was a sapling, like, over the top of that lizard, and I thought that it said Leaping Lizzy. Oh my gosh, my heart skipped a beat.
I doubt that.
Leaping Lizzy. Oh my God, she's up. She's up.
Where?
No lie.
Where? I don't know
Oh
where
my
you are.
gosh. I am not believing this, dude. Oh my God, I'm losing my crap.
I don't know where you are.
Dude, I don't even know. I just gotta get claimed. Oh my God, she's here. Tripp, she's here.
I can't even find her.
Just go to the map. Go to the map. Go to wide scan. Or just markers. All you gotta do is come south. Oh my gosh, she's freaking here. I'm not believing this crap. If these boots drop, I'm telling you, dude, I'm done with the game. We're gonna quit right here. Did you find me?
I'm coming.
Alright, I'm initiating combat. I don't want to even risk losing her. Oh my gosh, dude, this is nuts.
Okay. Come on, Miss Lizzy. I'm finna bust you in the head.
Dude, I am not believing she popped. That is...
Guess what?
Combo! Do it. Did it work? Did it not work?
It's not working.
Okay, you may have to manually use it. It's alright, she's going down. Okay, oh my gosh. Like, my heart's in my chest. Did she drop him? No! I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. So, I gotta ask you, how did you feel when I say she popped? Like, did you at least feel it a little bit?
That, and you're like, oh my God, I'm about to faint. I'm about to pass out. I'm like, man, she must have really popped. And I'm like, I can't
Did
find
you think I was messing with you?
I thought you were effing with me, like legit.
Yeah, well, that first time I saw, like, that's the thing, man, about Notorious monster hunting. You get a little, like, trigger happy. You see things, and, like, enemies' names will overlap, and you think it's different than the normal enemy, and you're like, oh my God, and it's not, and, yeah, I've spent many an hour, many an hour, sitting there waiting for, I mean, all kinds of Notorious monsters. Okay, so this would be a fun opportunity to explain to you a formula. I don't think we've ever talked about this before. So, in the 75 cap era, when Final Fantasy XI was really in its heyday, there were two forms of in-game content. Well, really three forms, but essentially there was Sky, okay, and in Sky, you would go there and you would kill a bunch of Notorious monsters like the one we just killed to get pop items, and then you would use those pop items to pop the gods. So you'd go up to a triple question mark. You would go trade the triple question mark with whatever the pop item is, and a god would spawn. And it was full, like, 18-person alliances that fought against these gods, okay? So that was one form of in-game. That was the type of in-game that I did, because you could force pop the enemy. There was also another type of in-game that were referred to as Land Kings, or H&M Notorious Monsters. I have no idea why they were called H&M. I think somebody once upon a time told me it stood for Hyper Notorious Monster. I think it was a Japanese term that kind of got coined over into English, like a lot of things in this game have. But they were basically like gigantic raid boss size enemies that popped once every like 24 to 36 hours, and they could pop anytime in that 24 to 36 hours. Yeah, and they took 18 people to kill. So essentially what that boils down to is somebody from the link shell that was camping them would have to stand there at all time and try to keep track of spawn timers and all that kind of stuff, just in case they spawned. And then once they spawned, that person had to get the rest of their link shell there really, really quickly, and they had to get claim on it. But the thing was that there were always like 5 or 6 link shells that were competing for claim of this thing, because it was only going to spawn one time in like 24 to 36 hours. And you wanted to be the link shell that got claim on it, because some of the best gear in the game dropped off of it. So I actually had the privilege of sitting in a room in Dragon's Eyrie one night when Fafnir was about to pop, which was one of the Land Kings. He's this giant dragon. And I just stood there, and there was literally a room full of people, and these people were all like, there was palpable tension in the air. And these people were all sitting around waiting for this thing to pop, and he did, and every single person in that room started casting spells at the same time. My computer was like, from all the spell effects going off at once.
That's funny.
It was crazy, man.
Did you get claim on the monster?
Oh, crap, no, I wasn't there to fight it. I was just watching. I think we were, I want to say, so Dragon's Eyrie is in a place called the Boyda Tree, and I think we were actually, like, leveling in the Boyda Tree, and there was a guy that was in our group that accidentally zoned into Dragon's Eyrie, and they were like, hey, there's a bunch of high-level guys up here. I think Fafnir's about to pop. And we were like, really? Let's watch. And so we went in there and kind of sat around for about 10 or 15 minutes. And this is the other thing, is back in those days, Final Fantasy XI was an extremely social game. So you would type in, but it was before Ventrilo or Discord or anything like that. So you would have like casual conversations, you know, in local chat, and people would just be sitting there messing with each other and things like that. It was really all in good fun. So we just sat around for about 10 or 15 minutes, you know, just chit-chatting and watching some of the chatter between the link shells of people that were there. You know, they were picking on each other and talking smack, but it was all in good fun. Anyway, so we were doing that, and yeah, he popped right there in the midst of everybody, and every paladin was casting flash like nobody's business, and ninjas were throwing ninjutsus, and red mages were trying to stun, and there's just like 100 spell effects going off at one time, and my computer literally had an aneurysm. It was crazy. Okay, so what I'd like to do is we're going to take a quick stop by the Demcrag, which is one of the big teleport things. That'll make a lot more sense once you start doing some of the expansion content, but suffice to say, I'm going to take you and let you pick up a teleport crystal, and then we're going to head to a place with probably more blood in the sand than any other area in the game, and that's the Volcrum Dunes. It's so pretty. So just double click on it, and it should give you a Dem Crag Crystal or Gate Crystal, something like that, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, good deal. We want to make 100% sure we get this survival guide over here. That's very important. Muy importante. And it is right here.
Hey, there's that thing.
Mm-hmm. Alright, just double click on it. You got it? Yeah.
Look at the pretty white sand.
Welcome to the most magical, bloody place in all of Final Fantasy XI. Many a noob has died in the Volcrum Dunes. To be continued. So, okay, give me some honest feedback after your second full-fledged night in Final Fantasy XI. How you feeling about things?
I don't hate it as much as I thought I would hate it.
Well, that's encouraging. I mean, that makes me feel a little bit better.
On a complete and serious, no BS talk here. I think
Real
I like.
talk.
I think I like this game.
I think I knew that if you spent just a little bit of time that you would enjoy it. So, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. Make sure that you check out our next episode because I'm gonna let Tripp experience the nightmare that is the Volcrum Dunes, and we're gonna keep going with this leveling process. I want to walk him through all the steps, and by proxy, walk you guys through all the steps. If it's as a nostalgia trip for you guys who've been playing for years, that's perfectly fine. If there's any other people out there that are interested in getting into the game and want to know what to do next, hopefully this guide can help you as well. But outside of that, I'm Andy.
And I'm Tripp.
And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.